Today's episode of Off the Timeline is titled The One Recruit Alabama Missed That Changed Everything. You may be thinking to yourself that dynasties don't break because of one player, that Alabama didn't become Alabama because of one recruit, and they definitely wouldn't fall apart because of one they missed. But what if I told you there was one player who didn't just change a program, he showed the only weakness the dynasty ever had, and in another timeline he wore crimson. In this alternate timeline, Bryce Young stayed home and everything changed. This is an off the timeline alternate universe. And in this alternate universe, we're not changing everything about college football. We're nudging one decision and watching the entire sport change around it. And that sets the table for the decision. Bryce Young is a California quarterback, elite processor, elite accuracy, and an elite ceiling. In our timeline, he goes to Alabama, sits, learns, becomes inevitable. But in this alternate timeline, he chooses UCLA, stays home, and at the time, it doesn't feel like a seismic change because Alabama doesn't panic. They reload because they always do. And that sets the table for Alabama without Bryce Young. Let's be clear, Alabama does not fall off. They still recruit at an elite level. They still win 10 games a year, maybe 11. But something changes. Not dramatically, but it's subtle. Drive stall in the red zone. Exciting plays become methodical marches. Wins that used to be 38-10 wins become 31-24 wins. And nobody says it out loud yet, but analysts start circling it. They're still the best, but they don't feel inevitable. And for the first time in years, the word inevitable disappears. And that sets the table for UCLA with Bryce Young. Because meanwhile, out west, something is building. UCLA is not perfect. The defense is inconsistent. Depth is definitely not at SEC level, but Bryce is different. He turns broken plays into highlights. He turns third and long into routine. He makes UCLA watchable, then dangerous, then real. Year one, you see flashes. Year two, fringe contender. Year three, they're in the conversation. And that sets the table for the ripple effect. And this is where the universe breaks wide open because it's not just UCLA. Recruits notice. West Coast players stay home a little longer. USC responds, as does Oregon and the Pac-12. It may not be dominant, but it's become resurgent. And across the country, the SEC is still the SEC, but Alabama becomes a little bit human. Still elite, still feared, but somewhat beatable. And that sets the table for the inevitable collision. And then it happens. Playoff selection. UCLA versus Alabama. The quarterback they didn't get versus the program that never misses. And early, it looks familiar. Alabama controls the line. They run the ball. They control tempo. They lead because of course they do. But then the game changes. Bryce Young starts creating plays, extending, breaking structure. There's a key moment. It's third and long. Pressure's coming. He escapes, resets, throws across his body, first down. And you feel it. Not dominance, not control, but belief. UCLA doesn't overpower Alabama. They survive them. Final drive, clock's moving, Bryce Young delivers. UCLA wins. It's not a clean win. It's not a comfortable win, but it's a very real win nonetheless. And that sets the table for the aftermath. And here's the truth. Alabama doesn't collapse because of this. They don't disappear. They are still Alabama after all. But the aura, it's cracked just a little bit because now there's proof. You don't need perfection to beat them. Just the right player. UCLA doesn't become a dynasty, but they become something else, a signal that the sport can change. That geography still matters. That one decision can ripple across everything. And if you enjoyed this off the timeline college football alternate universe, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Did Alabama's dynasty actually have a weakness? Or did UCLA just find the perfect way to get past it? And if you want more scenarios like this, check out the videos on our end screen, and we have plenty more alternate history scenarios coming. And I'll see you in the next timeline.